What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Better Project, your podcast dedicated to destigmatizing mental health and giving men the actionable steps to create the life that they desire. I'm your host, Nick Batar, and today we're going to be diving into the topic of Mental Health Month. I put up a post yesterday regarding this and got some pretty interesting feedback, which really shifted my perspective around Mental Health Month and similar events. Because I'll be honest, I wasn't really a fan of them. And my reasoning is because time and time again, I would see people come out of the woodworks, post on social media as if to say, hey, I've played my part. And then we don't hear from them again. And it's like, do you actually care? Like, it really pissed me off. But through putting up this post yesterday and getting the feedback, it really made me realize, like, Nick, it's not about those people. It's about the people that are actually struggling. It's about the people that don't feel comfortable enough opening up. And through having Mental Health Month and similar events, it's all around raising awareness and promoting the understanding of mental health and well-being. It's crucial to emphasizing that, hey, yes, this is Mental Health Month, but we need to focus on this each and every day. But by having these events, it brings the conversation to the forefront of the mind, and mental health impacts everyone, from our relationships to our daily lives, work, our overall happiness. And so many men are struggling each and every day. We lose 8 men a day from suicide. So yes, we need to have a lot more awareness, but we also need to back that up with education and action. And through having Mental Health Month, bringing the conversation to the forefront, it allows the people that are struggling to, in a way, use that as leverage to be like, hey, like, everyone's speaking about it now. I don't usually feel comfortable because not many people are speaking about it, but now that it's being spoken about, I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable opening up. And it allows these men, it gives these men an opportunity to break their silence, to understand that, hey, there's support out there within the community. And it's also important to understand that people are naturally attracted to attention. So when something gains attention, people are more than likely to take action on that, which is why Mental Health Month and similar events really shine through and paving the way when it comes to destigmatizing mental health. And just like this podcast, by having these conversations, it allows people to feel more comfortable opening up, because myself, my guest, we're being vulnerable. We're speaking about our fears, our failures, our hard times, our traumas. And if we can open up and speak about it, it gives the listener, it gives the person that's struggling right now and feels like they're alone, it gives them permission to be like, hey, why don't I open up? Why don't I share what's going on in my life? And it allows them to take the necessary steps towards self-care, towards seeking help, towards actually supporting other people. But there's a question that arises, and I asked this yesterday. Can too much awareness about mental health become harmful? Is there a risk of creating a culture where men walk around and constantly feel like something's wrong because mental health is being so openly spoken about? People are always asking, are you okay? And it got me thinking, like, are men now questioning, fuck, am I okay? What am I experiencing? Are my emotions normal? Am I struggling? Do I have poor mental health? Like, it really got me thinking. But I feel the answer lies within how we actually shape the dialogue and the conversation around mental health. And instead of solely focusing on the negatives, and yes, we need to speak about the negatives, we can't just forget about them and push them to the side. The negatives are a crucial part to bringing awareness and to bringing understanding to mental health. But I think it's crucial that we we speak about mental health in a positive way, and we start having positive conversations that emphasize the importance of self-care, building resilience, seeking support, building your mental fitness, which I speak about a lot on this podcast, because by framing mental health discussions in a positive light, we encourage the individual to take proactive steps towards maintaining their well-being rather than feeling overwhelmed by the constant worries of what people are going to think, the judgment, all the negative stigma stuff that comes with mental health. And what kind of annoys me though is, right, we're halfway through June basically. There's still so many people that don't know that it is Mental Health Month. It's quite disheartening that people are still unaware of its existence or its significance. It highlights the need for greater awareness, for greater education around the subject of men's mental health. Because on that post, and I've been seeing it on social media, not many people are speaking about it. And then when people do speak about it, you look at the comments like, oh, what? I didn't even know it was Men's Mental Health Month. So despite the progress we've made in recent years, and for me, being 3.5 years in this space, in the mental health space, we've definitely come a long way when it comes to removing the stigma surrounding men's mental health, though we still have a long way to go because, yeah, society's an interesting place. We still, in a way, place unrealistic expectations on our men, put pressure on them to, suppress their emotions, to toughen up, to be the breadwinner, to go out there, to work the jobs, bring in the money, to be successful, to have the car, the house, all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of pressure on us as men, and I've personally gone through that myself. As a result, a lot of men are suffering in silence. They're afraid to seek help, to share their struggles because of this. And to truly address the issue, we must continue to create safe spaces that welcome and support men in their mental health journeys through podcasts, through events like Mental Health Month and other similar events, by encouraging open conversations, providing resources and education, and to allow men to further understand that, hey, there is help out there. There doesn't have to be all these barriers that prevent men from seeking the help they need. And we need to work together as a society, as a community, where men's mental health is treated with the same importance and compassion as anyone else's. Because as I said in the beginning, we're losing 8 men a day. And I'm not coming on here to have a mental health pity party. It's not about that, and it's not about pushing all the negatives to the side and just thinking life's all sunshine and rainbows and positives. We need the negatives. For me personally, and I know for a lot of men out there, our dark side, our negatives, is what actually fuels us, which motivates us to go out there and achieve the things that we want to achieve. And yes, at times we do need to toughen up. We do need to get back on the horse and just keep riding. Keep taking one step after another, getting up each and every day and turning up for yourself. That's where mental fitness and resilience comes into play. But when times do truly get tough, men need to know that there is support out there, that there's people out there that care about them, that can help them through whatever adversities that they're facing. Now, we're not going to do it for them, because at the end of the day, we have to take personal responsibility for our own life and dig ourselves out of our own hole. But if we know people are there that love us, that support us, it's going to make things a lot easier. We're not going to feel like we're a burden on people, or that we're alone, or that no one cares. We can actually provide the support and resources so that men can create a blueprint, a plan to go out there, to get out of this rut, to get out of this dark point in their life, and then go on to create the life that they desire through building their mental fitness, through building their resilience. So as we wrap up today's episode, let's just remember that Mental Health Month is not just a month-long event. It's a reminder of the ongoing work that's required to prioritize mental health every day. We must continue the conversation, support one another, and strive for a society that values and cares for the well-being of all its members. Men, we need to support men. I think a big piece of advice that I would give to each and every single person or man that's listening is, first, we need to tune in with ourselves. How are you feeling today? What's going on in your life? Do you feel like you're struggling? Do you feel like you have a bit of adversity in your life, which is totally fine, it's totally normal? But do you feel like you need to speak to someone? Do you have someone that you can speak to? My inbox is always open. If you need to message me, send me a message. But first, you need to tune in yourself. Because how are you supposed to know what direction to go if you don't even know, or you can't even process what exactly you're feeling and what exactly you're going through right now? So first, tune in with yourself. Secondly, check in with others. If you notice a work colleague turning up to work late and he's never late, check in. Hey mate, like I've noticed you've turned up for work late recently. Are you okay? Is home going alright? Like what's going on? It's important that we check in. It's important that we create space for other men. And this is where the education and the resources come into play to allow men to better understand not only themselves, but to better understand how to hold space for other men. Thank you for joining us today on the Better Project. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with others who may benefit from this discussion. And remember, focus on your mental health each and every day. It's not just a month-long event like Mental Health Month. You've got to focus on it 365 days a year. And secondly, tune in with yourself and check in with others. Catch you guys in the next episode. Cheers.